In a state known for both cowboys and skiing, it makes perfect sense to combine the two to help those winter months fly by. That's coming up next on Bragg About Montana. I'm Dennis Bragg in Glacier National Park. I'm Dennis Bragg about Montana. In a valley where cattle outnumber people and there are more than a few horses, winters can be pretty long. But these critters are actually central to one of the funnest weekends of the entire year, and a sport that's loved here in the Northern Rockies. It may be hard for people from back east to get their minds around the Big Hole Valley. 75 miles long and anywhere from 15 to 20 miles wide. This is some of the biggest country under the big sky. And it gets even more confounding when you see cowboys and cowgirls towing skiers. This is the West version of ski joring, a sport that combines two of Montana's cultural icons for a few brief weeks in the depth of winter. While ski joring goes back centuries to indigenous people ski driving behind reindeer, it was the Europeans who made it a competitive sport, first in the Scandinavian countries, then equine ski joring in France and Switzerland, which came across the Atlantic to the northeast more than 100 years ago. But it took a definite turn western when places like Jackson, Wyoming and Aspen, Colorado added cowboys as skiing got a foothold across the West. Today, in addition to the competition, luxury resorts like Paws Up have even offered it to their guests. A few years ago, my colleagues, meteorologist Aaron Yost and reporter Ariana Lake of KPAX TV, joined me for a demonstration of Paws Up, where we learned the ropes, so to speak.
So then you got to choke up the rope again.
Holy
so you're
cow.
constantly going up and down on your rope.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, look at him pull up on the rope. I can already tell I'm gonna be like jerked around the whole time because I'm not gonna be able to do it with slack and whatnot. Or that's gonna get hung up on my ski.
Yeah. Don't even think about the rope behind you. Yeah. Squeeze and let a little rope go out just so you don't get,
Would I ever do this, or is that a bad idea?
You'd never wrap it around. Yeah.
Aaron, who is an experienced skier, made it look easy, enjoying herself even as the wind chill on this sub-zero day was well into the negative digits.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah, Aaron!
And if we're something
Woo!
That was cool.
14 years ago, the Big Hole Valley Association organized its first races using the perfect Montana setting to showcase the sport.
Well, all you have to do is look at the mountains, and people love horses and they love skiing, and it's something unique to Montana, I think, and so people love to come up here. And, there's not snow everywhere, and there is here, so it's just a total experience.
It draws such a variety of people. I was talking to a guy from Texas and somebody from Wisconsin coming in as a volunteer, and it's the word's spreading on this, isn't it?
Yeah, we've gotten bigger and bigger. We started out, I think we had maybe 10 or 15 teams and maybe 40 people watching, and now I don't know how many people were here today, but there were hundreds of people here today. We had a pretty slow year last year. I think we only had a dozen teams. This year we had 50, and more people wanted to come than we had room for. So we've had a good go. We've got 45 volunteers that help put it together and make it happen. So it's a community effort, and it really brings the community together more than anything else.
And adds people to the community, like Texan Tony Wallace, who had just finally realized a dream of moving to Darby a few days before the races. Well, you're getting a dose of Montana today. How'd you hear about this event?
I met some people at Montana Cafe in Darby, and they wouldn't tell me anything except I'd enjoy it. Like I say, at first I thought it was a prank.
What are you going to be watching for today?
I'm just looking, just to get out of the house. That's all I did. They told me about it, and I thought, well, I've driven 1,800 miles, another 45 miles wouldn't make any difference.
The wind can blow here at the Wisdom Airport, but today it wasn't slowing the racers down, even when the riders lost their hats, or their skiers who don't always make the gates and jumps.
I was here when they started in 210. I missed a few years in between, but so yeah, I love this sport, and I'm too old. I retired, but I said, I got to keep doing it because it's just that kick.
How long have you been doing it?
I don't even know if I should tell you. This is like my 25th year.
Is it speed? Is it just concentration? What's kind of the key to this thing?
Well, rope management is huge, so you got to have strength in your hands and rope. And rope management is really big when you get that start out. And then so good skis, good equipment, being in good shape. It helps to have a faster horse, So it's a lot of money that people go after, so they've been buying race horses. And then a lot of skiers come out of the woodwork. I mean, there's some really good skiers because the money. See, once the money gets bigger, But the thing about Wisdom, it's not that, you know, it's more just the fun.
That's helped raise tens of thousands of dollars for Wisdom over the years. But this event is about more than just fun on a winter's day. It's also very important to the residents of the Big Hole Valley, helping to raise money for community organizations and supporting local businesses in a slow season.
We use that for community things like, we've helped individuals who've had trouble with like finances. We've had a equine therapy event for veterans for the last 5 years or 6 years. And we also, do the snowflakes in town and decorations, and it's just whatever comes up that the community needs. And one other thing, our businesses are, they struggle in the wintertime. We don't get a lot of traffic. And so this is a way for these businesses to make a little extra money and kind of help them through the winter.
While the races are the main draw, the appeal of this event goes much deeper. A chance to see old friends and make new ones, building the bonds that make the Big Hole special.
To be honest, I know there's a heaven, and I found it. And that's all I can say about it.
I couldn't agree more, Tony. In the Big Hole Valley, I'm Dennis Bragg about Montana.